My name is Cameron Leonard. I'm a Richmond 1 Hidden Genius alumni. I'm now a youth educator. I've been working for the past 2 summers. So to start off this panel discussion today, we're going to have everyone introduce themselves by saying their first name, obviously LA cohort, and where you guys are from, and then we'll get into the rest of the questions. So Elijah, you can go ahead and start for me. Full name and just introduce yourself, like where you're from, and we'll
Okay,
go on.
my name's Elijah Flores. I'm in the LA1 cohort, and I'm from I stay in Lawndale, California.
Okay, go ahead and call someone else.
Dylan.
Hello, my name is Dylan Branch. I'm in the LA1 cohort, and I'm from Inglewood, California. Joking.
I'm Joakim Bryant. I'm from the LA1 cohort, and I'm from Compton, California. Corey.
I'm Corey Murdoch. I'm from LA1 cohort, and I'm also from Compton, California.
Okay, to finish off, Quentin.
I'm Quentin Boone. I'm from the LA1 cohort, and I'm from Los Angeles, California.
Okay, well, congratulations, you guys, on being the first ever LA cohort. For the first question of the day, can you tell us about your guys' experience being the first cohort in LA and starting the program 100% online? How does that make you guys feel? Go ahead, start off, same order, Elijah.
Okay, so with the summer immersion program and being the first LA1 cohort, I feel like we're setting the tone, we're setting the culture, because we're the first LA1 cohort, as you said, and Richmond and Oakland, they already have their cohorts. So we're just setting the tone for our cohorts and the cohorts to come. So yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool knowing that we're making history out here.
Definitely making history. All right, on to you, Dylan.
So at first, around June, I was a little skeptical about the Hidden Genius program. I wasn't sure about what was to come, especially because it was all online and we weren't meeting up with our brothers or anything like that. So the first couple of days were rough for me. I was not talking to others, just keeping to myself. But when I got to know everybody, it got better. The information I was given was very helpful. I use it today, even in school, with my other teachers, which is very helpful.
Okay, I love that. Okay, Joakim, go ahead.
I'm not gonna lie, when we first started, I had similar thoughts to them. I'm like, what is this gonna play out like? Even during the interviews, you understood, Cameron, when you had me at an interview, I asked you, I said, what's this project even gonna be like? You was like, you know what? I had to drop basketball for it, but it was worth it. It was cool. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna give this a chance. And when I got accepted, I said, oh, this program's actually not too bad. This is pretty cool. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna stick with it. I'm gonna rock with it. Yeah, I got to meet new people out from Los Angeles. So, we just rocking with it day by day.
Exactly. Hey, I'm proud of you guys because I could just say from having this experience all in person that everyone went through all of what you guys are saying. We all went through that in person as well. So I can't even imagine how you guys are doing it online. But I'm proud of you guys. So, Corey, what do you have to say?
It's the same as Joakim and Dylan, really. I was a little skeptical about it because when I first heard it was 15 months, I was like, it's kind of a long time. It's a little commitment. But I was like, hey, it's worth it because, and then I found out I was going to be the first cohort. I was like, we're going to be making history. And we got a good group of boys that's going to start it off and be well-known people when this world grows. So that's how I feel.
Yep. Hey, you guys are the first LA ones, so you guys are definitely making huge history. You guys will be remembered for sure, at least. Go ahead, wrap it up, Quentin.
Yeah, so for me, I was really nervous at first. And then when I learned that we were learning about tech, I was even more nervous because I wasn't really good at that part. But I knew it was skills that I had to learn, like the leadership, entrepreneurship, and like how to reach out to teachers and stuff, like self-advocacy. So I'm really excited about just getting to learn more. And yeah, pretty much that.
Okay. Well, thanks for all you guys' first answers. Those were pretty good. Pretty similar to what I would say with my experience on. I didn't even do any of this online, so I'm just trying to imagine it through your guys' how you guys did it, and that's just crazy to think you guys are really making history on Zoom. But that's just what it is now with today's circumstances. So For the next question, we're going to talk about what have you guys learned in the program so far in your first summer, and what were your guys' biggest takeaways? Go ahead in the same order, Elijah.
Okay, so first off, I learned how to make a website. Shout out to Billy. He taught me how to make a website. He taught us about JavaScript and all the stuff that goes into making a website. Like Joakim, he knows a lot. He set the bar high for everybody in LA1. So I learned how to make a website. We also learned about radical social entrepreneurship, and that was pretty cool to me because nowadays we don't see a lot of radical social entrepreneurs. We see them focusing on themselves and not focusing on the community and the people around them. So I want to do something like that when I get older. I want to help the community. That's what I want to do. So that's pretty much what I learned. So I'm gonna kick it to the next person.
Thank you.
Hello. All right. So one big thing that I learned from the Hidden Genius Project is brotherhood. I've been in many programs, many African American programs, but none of them were the same, and none of them taught me the same thing. They didn't teach me to be together like the Hidden Genius Project has done. I would say that I've been in multiple computer science classes, very diverse, but the Hidden Genius Project has taught me the most, and I have the most time and the most and more connections than I did with other programs. And my biggest takeaway is learning computer science and adding it to my everyday life. Because if I choose, say I choose any business, say I want to go into real estate. If that doesn't work out, I still have computer science on the side. I can always do computer science no matter what I'm doing. And I can also help the community with that as well. Thank you.
Thank
I'm
you.
rocking. I'm kind of rocking with similarities with Elijah and Dylan. I've never done no computer science before. This is my first year ever even trying to do anything like this. And then with Dylan, with all the other African American youth leadership and mentorship programs, it's not the same because you have all these programs out there that do probably a week, a day, three days, but you don't have people that actually do it for a continuous 15 months. Once you do it for over 15 months, you actually get to see who is a leader, what is a leader, what is the ideal of an entrepreneur, what is mentorship, how do we put all these ideas together. And shout out to Chiron and Chris. They helped show that a lot throughout this summer, especially those two, because when it comes to taking their time out the day, especially with Chris, if you have any questions, just hit him up. Hey, you need some Chris, I need some help. Oh, I got you. What happened? It's just right there on the spot because it shows what is a true leader, what is somebody who's actually out there to try to give back to the youth, try to give back to their community. And that's something that we've learned, to be a radical social entrepreneur, give back to our community and not just hold it all in for ourselves.
Hey, thank you, Joakim. That was an amazing answer. Thank you a lot.
Yeah, mine's gonna be the same as like the other three, because what it is really different from other ones. I don't know how many you have been in, Cameron, but I've been like Dylan. I've been in a lot of African American mentor programs, and this one's a whole lot different. It shows like even though black people are like they have a negative continuity. I don't know if that's the word, but I think that is. And when you get a group of black people like us together, it's no negative. We clown each other a lot, but that's just the brotherhood. But when we get down to work, we get serious and we actually get together and we do the stuff we gotta do. And usually we over exceed the expectations. And I think that's what we were taught from our educators, even our youth educators like Kyron, Billy, even Baba sometimes. Even he's not in our cohort, but he still drops some gems on us. Chris was also a great one. Kayla's a great one. She don't teach nothing about computer science, but she's a great leader. So yeah, they taught us great qualities. And that's all I gotta say.
Yeah, thank you, Corey. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I've definitely learned a lot from all my leaders. So yeah, they're definitely the biggest help in the world, no lie. I quit and go ahead and wrap it up for us.
So yeah, for me, I'm not gonna lie, I was not prepared. I think like the first 3 or 4 days, after like the thing was over, I took like a 4-hour nap every day because like I was just mentally exhausted. But after that, I got like pretty used to it. I thought I was more prepared than I actually was. Found out that was false. But definitely it pushed me to like strive, be better. Again, like I said, self-advocacy and to like reach out if I need help because the computer science I was really struggling in. But I just reached out to Billy and he helped me with it. Also, shouts out to Chris Globe. You know, he helped us with the JavaScript. He helped us with the JavaScript, and yeah, he was real helpful too.
Thank you, thank you. So I know all you guys spent a decent amount of time this summer learning the Hidden Genius statement, mission statement. So if each of you guys can repeat it at least once for me, that would help out a lot. So just go in the same order. Each of you guys just say the Hidden Genius mission statement just once, and that's it. Go ahead, Elijah.
All right, so I'm gonna be honest with you, man. All right. The Hidden Genius Project trains and mentors Black male youth in technology creation, entrepreneurship, and leadership skills to transform their lives and communities.
That was perfect. That's all I need. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. The Hidden Genius Project trains and mentors Black male youth in technology creation, entrepreneurship, and leadership skills to transform their lives and communities.
Perfect.
The Hidden Genius Project trains and mentors Black male youth in technology creation, entrepreneurship, and leadership skills to transform their lives and communities.
Perfect. You guys killing it. Keep going. Corey or Quentin, you guys wrap it up.
Oh yeah,
I
the
got
hidden
it.
is you
Oh,
go
you
first.
got it. All right, I'll go. The Hidden Genius Project trains and mentors Black male youth in technology creation, entrepreneurship, and leadership skills to transform their lives and communities.
Perfect. Corey, just go ahead and wrap it up for us.
The Hidden Genius Project trains and mentors Black male youth in technology creation, entrepreneurship, and leadership skills to transform their lives and communities.
Perfect. Hey, thank you guys for that. I know that's not easy learning it. I know it takes a while, but I'm proud to see that all you guys who took the time to learn it and just remember that you guys will always have to remember that statement as long as you guys are still in the program. And you guys should just remember it for your own knowledge as well. All right, for this next question, I know all you guys created website projects this summer. So if you guys don't mind, what inspired your tech projects and how did it feel to create a website from scratch, especially if you had no experience before the program? Go ahead, any order.
I guess I'll go. So what inspired me to make the website that I created? I'm a reseller. I resell shoes, clothes, stuff like that. And I've always wanted to learn how to make websites. I've always wanted to learn how to code and be able to navigate myself through and make my own websites. I would say the website that I made is a small platform as of right now for me to get my name out and also social media and other things like that.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. It's definitely the way of the future as well. So anyone else want to, who can go next? Quentin? Elijah?
Yeah, I'll go next. So for me, it was just me trying something new. Like you never know if you're good at something or bad at something until you try it. It turns out I wasn't too good at this at first, but I think once I grasped the concept, it got really better. So for me, I think also I incorporated the things I liked into it, like basketball and stuff, and I was able to like just make it mine.
Okay.
Okay. So knowing that I made a website from scratch, amazing. Because you see all these websites every time you go on the internet and be like, dang, whoever did that, it must be easy. They make it look easy. So when we got on this, I see my first little text that I typed in. I was like, I got a long way to go. But seeing what I did, I feel accomplished. But I'm not all the way accomplished now. I got to make websites and websites and websites so I could be at the top of the game. But yeah, that's how it felt.
Okay, Joe, Kim, or Corey want to go ahead and wrap it up?
I'll finish it off. So when we first got into this program, to be honest with you, I didn't really come in to get like all into depth with computer science. I saw mentorship and leadership, and I said, "Ooh, I want to do that." But then after I got into the program, actually the president who made me want to work extra hard was Elijah. I saw him in the first week. People was like, "Damn, look at Elijah." I was like, "Ooh, I want to be like that. Hold up, let me step my game up." So I started to work extra hard when it came to my stuff because in here we may be a brotherhood, but in between families, we all have a competitive side. We always want to be better or equal to the person next to us. So I was like, that's my competitive drive right there. These people around me, I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna make sure that we all get our money together. But I'm gonna try my best so I can outshow them a little bit, show them what family really is. But like with the inspiration with the websites, mostly I do poetry. I like poetry. Some poems I got are masked, inspiration, questions, deceptions. Those are just a few, just to name a few. And like I created a website for poetry, so people are able to put their voice out there because nowadays not everybody has a voice, and our voices need to be heard because of the situations that we're living in now. Everybody wants to step up, but they don't have a safe place to say their information because of all the criticism and all the hate because all the criticism and the hate that they would get. So my website is kind of giving back to our community through giving them a voice, with their own words, and just for an expression part for everybody that needs it.
Okay, yeah. I love how you guys are definitely mixing in you guys' passions with you guys' websites, because that's definitely gonna make you want to just keep making it better and better, and just keep making you want to work on it more and more. So it's definitely smart that you guys mix your passions within your creative websites. So Corey, if you don't mind, if you go ahead and wrap it up for us.
Yeah, I got you, man. So my website, it was just a basic one about me. It wasn't nothing too special like Dylan and Joakim. But like what Joakim said, we're all a family, so we all have that competition side. So we all really like, even though we were struggling and like we wanted to be like the first one or the best one, we all worked together and helped each other for the websites. And I'm glad I got all my brothers and specifically these four and my educators to help me. My website, there's nothing really else to say about it. It was a struggle, like when I first seen all the CSS I have to do, and like finding out that you gotta, the little most smallest error, if your little period you missed or mistyped or fat fingered or a little parentheses, that really is aggravating. But once, like what Baba told me, he said once you get that all done, man, you have the biggest smile on your face, and like it's just, and it's true because you do. You feel real accomplished after putting in all that hard work. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I love how you added that part from Bob at the end. That's so true. So good job, you guys, on that one. So for this next question, do you guys see this as a career opportunity for you in the future? Creating technology, websites, anything in the tech field?
Okay, I'm gonna go off. I'm gonna start off. So yes, I do. Technology is in everything right now. It's in sports. It's in everything. Sports, science, everything that you see. So yeah, it's a big opportunity, and people always want to use technology. For example, the pandemic we have right now. If nobody ever came up with Zoom or FaceTime, we wouldn't have our classes. Somebody would have had to came up with it during the pandemic. I can't talk. Pandemic. But yeah, I think it's an opportunity out there for all of us, for all of the people in Hidden Genius. So yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, technology is definitely the future. Definitely.
All
All
right,
right,
so for
all right, go ahead, Quentin.
yeah, so for me, I feel like I would consider this like a job opportunity to be self-employed, because like running an online business, I'm not gonna say it's easy, but it's definitely relatively more easier than like standing out in a corner or something trying to sell fruit. or just trying to sell your product somewhere else, because online you could bring a lot of customers in, and like on Instagram, your following could basically be your buyers, and if they're loyal to you, they could help you get more money. And so pretty much I think the combination of entrepreneurship and and computer science will definitely help me make more money and make my community better.
Definitely. Thank you, Quentin.
All right, so I see a career in coding and computer science and stuff like that ahead of me because for starters, I'm a 10th grader in high school. And my next semester I'm taking a sports marketing, management and technology class. So right there, all in those little categories, just like ESPN, there'll be so much technology that has to be used, so much information that can be learned and put into it. I'm sure the things that I've learned and the things that I'm gonna learn can be used in everyday life, like Quentin was saying. So yes, I do see a future in computer science for me.
That's good, definitely. If not just computer science as well, you guys could definitely see a future in any tech job because, like I said, technology is the future of the world, and I think we all know that because we're on a virtual meeting right now. So, Joe, Kim, and Corey, you guys go ahead and wrap it up for us.
Something that's important to me is something that we were taught this summer. Everything that we're doing now has to do with some type of coding, whether it's the signs that you see on the street, the electric signs, or the apps on your computer, or the fact after actual function on your computer, the function on your phone, the function on literally everything that we do. It all has to do with coding. We're living in a future. We're living in a society now where computers and technology is our now. And for all of us to be able to have this experience to learn coding and learn computer science, we're basically getting a leg up on the game with everybody else that's deciding, oh, wow, look, computers are everywhere. It's time for us to start stepping up a game. We're already there. We're already prepared for when the future comes and saying, okay, time for everybody to start getting associated. Wait, we're behind. What happened? None of us are going to be thinking that. We're going to be like, okay, we got you, society. Let's show you what we got. So we all have this opportunity to use computer science in our future to create a better future and to create a stronger future. So a way that we can all interpret this is once in a lifetime's opportunities may come and go, but this opportunity is a strong opportunity that will forever last because of the society and the times that we're living in today. Computer science will always be with us and forever stay with us.
Thank you, Joe, Kim. Corey, if you go ahead and wrap it up for us.
Yeah, I definitely see myself in computer science because, like everybody else said, it is the basis of the world right now, and it's only gonna get more intense and higher. So, and that's how I feel. So, cause like I think all of us here, we all want to be like some type of sports, but we all smart and we all have a better chance of relying on computer science rather than running track or playing basketball or something. But I feel like I think computer science is definitely the way because who knows what's gonna happen in the future. They might kick us out and add robots as basketball players, but I mean we'll be the ones building the robots, so it won't really matter, right? So yeah, I just view the world that way. And yeah, and like Joe Kim said, we're not gonna be the ones behind because we're starting young, like everybody in the they was younger. So we're getting the opportunity now, and we're gonna be able to bless our community when we grow older.
Definitely. Yeah, that's definitely true. The fact that you guys are this young and you guys are already realizing that computer science and technology is the future is an amazing thing. I think that just shows how good of a job that the Hidden Genius Project has really done because you guys are all high schoolers and you guys are already noticing this and saying this. So as long as you guys commit to that, I promise you guys will see the benefits in the future. We have two more questions left before we wrap it up. So for the next question, What were the business trips like virtually? And is there an opportunity that caught your eye as a future career because of any of these business trips?
All right, so I'm gonna start off. I love the business trips. If I'm gonna be honest with you guys, just communicating with the people, talking, and they keep it 100 with you. So we having full on conversations about how their job, how the career is, how their job is, why they feel this way, why they feel that way. So I felt like, yeah, I seen opportunities right there, like stuff I was interested in. For example, like we went on a virtual field trip to Splunk. Splunk, they get data, and they have antivirus or hacker. They have anti-hacker stuff, right? I don't know the exact name. Shit's a lot going through my head right now. I'm kind of nervous, but they have that. And one of the dudes, he was a black guy too. He was telling us about how he travels to Tokyo to teach the people how to use their software. And I was like, bro, that's cool. And me, Corey, Joe, we were all talking about it. That's how cool it was to me. He traveled. They flew him out to teach. Like that's crazy to me. But I'm gonna kick it off.
All right, thank you. That's good to hear. Definitely. Dylan, go ahead.
All right, so in the beginning, I was sort of baffled by the idea of Zoom field trips. I understand that with the Hidden Genius project, we were pretty much doing a Zoom field trip, but I just couldn't grasp. I couldn't grasp the idea that we would go to other companies and other and talk to other people and things like that. So at first, I had so many questions for each company: Slalom, Splunk, the San Francisco Mint. I had so many questions in the beginning, and I've gotten feedback from every single one talking about how well actually they gave each I'm sorry, each business gave me their emails because I had so many more questions, and we just talked on the side, which was really good to me, or which meant a lot to me. They would take time out of their day to obviously talk to the Hidden Genius Project, but also talk to me one-on-one and help with any information that I needed, or help me with any internships. I was talking to them to Splunk about internships and Slalom, and they just gave me a lot of information that I didn't even know it was needed, which is what I liked.
Thank you, Dylan. That's great.
So during the field trips, it was kind of an opportunity that you wouldn't really see. So you get to meet all these different people. You get to see all these different companies run, and you get to see different perspectives from companies. But then it all went down to what we have learned in class usually about radical social entrepreneurship. The one thing that really points out to me is who is trying to give back to their community and who has the strongest impact on the community. Those are the few things that I saw was very important when it came to me. When it came to Splunk and Slalom, like those were some of the few that we had. Those were the two that I really remember in my head. Those two companies, they wanted to give back to the community. They all had the idea of, okay, we have the people out here, we have the people working for us, but how are we gonna actually put it on the map? How are we gonna actually benefit everybody? And that's something that I really commend them for, because taking the time out your day to realize and ask the question, what am I gonna do to give back to my community? It's something that we all don't get to do every day. But with the opportunities that Stellum has, as a big of a company it is, we're actually able to get more involved into those situations. Hey, you guys want some options? We have some options for you. We have our ideas to put into your company, because we all have a voice, as I said before. And being able to have all these companies give back to their communities and give back to different communities that they're working around, it's just so different, especially since they actually took the time out of their business day on a Zoom call during quarantine to give back to the youth. That's something you got to commend them for, especially for doing that, because not everybody can do that. So that's something that I really took out. Give back to your communities and give back to the youth. Feed back into their future.
All right, thank you, Joakim. That's probably one of the best answers I've ever heard asking any question. That was pretty detailed, and that was really true. So that was amazing. Thank you for that. Quentin, if you want to go ahead, or Corey, wrap it up.
I'll go. So for me, hold on, let me charge this. All right. So for me, I think I thought a lot about radical social entrepreneurship in relations to how with that you can make a little money over maybe you can make a pretty good sum of money over a long period of time, and it's sustainable, but it's gonna take a longer time than, let's say, if you just use other people for for like cheap labor and stuff like that. So I think it's like about leaving a legacy and just setting an example and show others how it's supposed to be done. It- because like there's not a lot of radical social entrepreneurs out there that help the community and help themselves. So, building your wealth is just as important as building a legacy for yourself and like building like great neighborhoods.
Definitely. Thank you for that, Quentin. Corey, go ahead and wrap this question up.
But these business trips were actually very beneficial because you didn't only learn like the opportunities you could get when you master technology or you get into it, but you also learn like what Joe Kim said, how that 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 business gave back to like community. And Joe Kim didn't specify like the community was talking about, but we all just wanted them to understand that you guys they have a diverse employment, so which means that there's blacks to Asians to Mexicans to Puerto Ricans all in there. But when we asked them how they gave back and how they radical social entrepreneurs, we noticed that they always gave back in the higher communities where it's blowing money in Beverly Hills or in Hollywood, and never places like Crenshaw or Compton or even Carson sometimes. And we were baffled by that. And like what Joe Kim said, we used our voice to voice our opinions and tell them, and we actually inspired some of the communities to inspire some of the business to put thought into that. And I think that that's what our job is as young learners and like young successful black people. So yeah, it just gave us a lot of opportunities to talk and to get our business stuff right.
Definitely, yeah. So we have another question I'm actually gonna throw in there that Hidden Genius didn't tell me to ask, but I feel like asking this myself. Do you guys think the Hidden Genius project has helped you guys feel more professional as people after one summer of the program? Like, do you guys feel like you guys take your professional lifestyle more serious, even though you guys are just high schooler? Do you guys feel more professional at all after one summer of the program, or no?
I'm gonna be honest. I feel way more professional. Just getting on this call, it feels professional right here. But yeah, I feel way more professional. Even when talking to my teachers, I feel more confident when I speak now. When I came in, I stuttered even more than I do now. I'm still working on it, but I feel way more confident at the end of the day.
Thank you. Definitely, that's a good answer. 'Cause I know I definitely felt the same way. So anyone wants to?
I'll take it from there. So in the beginning, I think I was very goofy, very unprofessional, and I still have ways to go. But since I have been in this program and since June, when we were getting interviewed, I think I've learned a lot and matured over the couple months that we've been in here. And I can't say that about most things that I learned, if that makes sense. Yeah. Like
Something that really took apart from the summer was the idea of professionalism. We all have the opportunity to be professional. We all have the opportunity to be professional, and we have those times where it's just we could chill. When it came to those business trips, we were in a professional setting. We had to get we had to get our minds right, and we had to get our words correct. So because we didn't want to go in there talking all this nonsense, talking about I'm not about to say it because you're on the professional aspect. but you know the words that the words I'm probably talking about right now. So we had to get our minds straight. We had to figure out what are we going to do in this meeting? How are we going to present ourselves? How do we represent this company that we're with? How do we represent this business that we're working with? We're working with the Hidden Genius Project. Everything that we do day by day when it comes to meeting different people, we are now representing the Hidden Genius Project on our back. We have to make sure that we keep their name clean. We have to make sure that we keep our community's name clean. Something that I've really benefited from with this program is the idea of using the word and like. I use that word a lot. It's a filler word that protects the insecurities of my words I'm going to say. So whenever I speak, I have to slow down and actually think, what am I going to say? Let me make sure I'm not going to say something stupid. Let me make sure I'm not going to say something that's irresponsible or disrespectful. So I have to slow down my words whenever I speak so I can make sure these things are correct. And something that really took off was what Corey said on the last question, is being able to put our input into a different company. That is very big. Kids our age don't do that. Kids in high school don't do that. They don't get to sell a company. Well, we have these ideas. Maybe you should follow under. Well, what about this? What about that? Kids our age don't get to do that. But since we had the opportunity to actually present ourselves in a different way to try to make our community better, it's some type of professionalism and some type of business aspect that we've all known to grow and that we've all been able to become on our side, besides from our regular, fun, creative selves. So we know when it's time to get down to work, and we know when it's time to just relax and just chill.
Okay, thank you, Joakim. That was amazing. Thank you. A lot of detail in that answer right there. So, Corey, you want to go ahead? Quinn or Corey, want to go ahead and wrap it up, and then we have the last question because we're running low on time.
Your mic's muted, Quincy.
Yeah.
For me, I'll say I'll change because, like, I knew what professionalism was before, but I think now that I'm putting more emphasis on it now that I'm getting paid, and I think I could use that, like, contextualization in, like, school and stuff, even though I'm not really getting paid, to just, like, pretend that I am, because paying attention will take you a long way, and it'll allow you to do things like make a computer program. Because for me, I know, like, I was off screen for maybe like 30 seconds, and then I don't know what happened. I missed like everything. So just being able to like stay professional, stay focused, and joke when it's time to, and be serious when it's time to. Chris Gold.
Definitely, yeah, that's definitely true. All right, Corey, go ahead and wrap it up, and then we got the last question.
All right, so yeah, we all I'm just saying for all of us, yeah, we all have our goofy times and our serious times, and I think we're all, us as a cohort, we all know how to balance that out better now because we're with this program. I also think that they set us a great format and they teach us well things that even some adults don't know. And I what's the word? I don't know, but I'm gonna say I appreciate Kayla because she always got prepared. She always got us prepared for the business trip. She always made sure we had questions and we was ready, because that's how. Not only that's how she would. That's not only how she wanted Hidden Gems to be represented, but she wanted to make us look great while we're representing each other. So, yeah, they just gave us a lot of tips and tricks, even without saying them, but like developing them every day. And that made us more professional and know how to control ourselves in a professional setting.
Definitely. Thanks for those answers, by the way. That wasn't even a question they wanted me to ask. I was just curious. So for the last question of the panel, what are you guys looking forward to as you guys continue the program for the next 8 months? Anything in particular?
I'm looking forward to making an app because let me tell you, I have an example from today. I used the app. The app did not work whatsoever. I had to email my school to tell them about the app. But knowing this, I'm like, I can make a better app than that. I can do this, I can do that, I can do this when I'm done with the Hidden Genius project. So I'm gonna know these skills. I'm gonna know how to do this. Like, and I see a lot of people making businesses now, and they're gonna want apps and they're gonna want websites. So I'm gonna know how to do it. So that could be a side hustle, if you know what I mean. So yeah.
Thank you, Elijah.
I'll take it from there. There are a couple things I want to learn, take from the Hidden Genius project. One is I want to see my brothers succeed. I want to see everybody doing well, doing great, not just me. If I'm succeeding but nobody else is, then what am I succeeding for? Myself? That's not going to help anybody in the long run. And I also want to not invest, but yeah, okay, I'll say it. I want to invest in my brother's businesses as well. Like Elijah, I know he runs a churro business. He has the shirt on right now. The churro man can. Uh, I've been watching him do really good things, and I know everybody in here and everybody in the program has ideas that just need a little push to come to life, and that's what I want to be here for, to help them.
Something that I want to be able to take out of this is the radical social entrepreneurship aspect of all of this, and the computer programming, because I feel that's very important. We have all these small businesses out there. Another plug, shout out Trail Mancan. We have all these small businesses out there that want to make it big, but they don't know how. They always want to do all this. They want to make a website. They don't know how. They want to make an app. They don't know how. You have all these opportunities out there, and you have all these big companies like, yeah, we'll help you. What size is your company? Smaller, medium, or large? Oh, we're a small company. Oh, come back to us when you're like a bigger company. No, that's not how we're gonna run. We're gonna be running as a community, small business, medium business, large business. We're gonna be there to help our community and be able to share our skills to be able to give back, because giving back is important. And that's something that I want to be able to take back when I finish this program, to be able to give back and to be able to understand more of the business side of the world and more of the understanding of how to properly give back to the world.
Definitely. Thank you, Joakim. All right, Corey or Quentin, if you guys could go ahead and wrap it up for us. Last question. Quentin, you're muted.
Well, I could wrap it up.
No, you got it, bro.
All right, for sure. So what I want to really pull out from after this whole immersion program is over. I really like what Dylan said. I do want to I want to put like work and investment into my brother's businesses and stuff, like the Churro Man. Shout out my boy Elijah, yes sir. But I also want to create a project where all of us, like, we have our separate projects and our separate businesses, but I also want one with, like, all of us collab, because when we're together, we all make great things, and I think we can showcase that soon, and that's what I really want. Like, I really want to propel our success. So, yeah.
All right, Quentin, go ahead and wrap it up for us.
So the thing I want to pull from this is how to be more intentional. And I think like ever since, like especially intentional with my savings and like my money, I'll say ever since I started to from like June to now, I've pretty much been saving, especially for like college and stuff. So like I have enough money saved up that even if I don't get like a full ride scholarship or something, that I'll be able to like have my money straight. And that I'll have the option to do computer science, even if I might not want to. It's always great to have options. To be able to like be in a brotherhood like this, where there's like so much camaraderie, is good. Just the social aspect of it, and just being able to like make friends, make brotherhoods. Yeah, that's what I hope to get from it.
Definitely. All right. Well, thank you guys today for giving me your guys' time. Keep the hard work up over these next couple of months, and stay focused, stay completing your guys' tasks, what you guys are told to do. And I'll be looking forward to working with some of you guys over these next 8 months as well. So thank you guys a lot, and that's it for today. Thank you.